Which creature do you think has the best eyes on Earth? The eagle, king of the sky, is able to spot prey from a mile away? The tiger, the silent night hunter with a gaze that penetrates the darkness? Or the wolf, with eyes that reflect the moon, seeing clearly in the cold night? Wrong. The being that possesses the most divine eyes on this planet is a tiny creature living deep in the ocean with an outwardly unremarkable appearance. A creature that, if you could look into its eyes, you would see a spectrum far beyond any limit the human eye could ever imagine. But to understand that, we must start from the highest place, in the sky. We must start where the first pair of eyes forced humans to look up in awe, the eyes of the eagle. Let's fly up, the king of the skies, challenging visual limits. An eagle can spot a rabbit moving across a field from a distance of over a mile. While the human eye has about 200,000 light-sensitive cells per square millimeter of the retina, the eagle has double that, allowing it to see the world with almost hyper-realistic resolution. If you had the eyes of an eagle, you could read a "no parking" sign from one end of the street while standing at the far end. Beyond mere clarity, the eagle also has a natural zoom capability. Its eye structure functions like an autofocus telephoto lens, adjusting the focus instantaneously, helping it track prey moving at high speeds. Thus, when an eagle dives at over 200 kph, it maintains a steady, precise vision down to the last inch. The mantis shrimp, eyes from another universe. However, even the king of the skies must bow before a creature on the seabed, the mantis shrimp. Outwardly, it is just a small crustacean living in coral reefs. But the mantis shrimp's eyes are truly a biological wonder, a work of art sculpted by evolution over hundreds of millions of years. Each of its eyes has up to 12 types of photoreceptor cells, while humans only have 3, red, green, and blue. That means when we only see a simple rainbow, the mantis shrimp sees an entirely different multidimensional color spectrum, where every light ray carries thousands of shades we have never even known. They can also see ultraviolet light and even more incredibly polarized light, a concept almost beyond our realm of perception. With this power, the mantis shrimp can detect prey, predators, or potential mates in murky water environments where humans would be completely blind. A world of vision where, to them, everything is glowing with a mysterious light, a light language that only they understand. Processing speed, the conqueror of time. However, power is not just about resolution or color. Another often overlooked factor is equally crucial: image processing speed. You can recognize and react to an image in about 1/10 of a second. But for a housefly, everything happens much slower, at least in its eyes. A fly can process up to 250 frames per second, 4 times the speed of the human eye. So when you swing your hand to swat a fly, in its eyes, your hand is moving. Slowly, like in a slow-motion film. That is pure temporal distortion, and that is all the time it needs to fly away. The reason lies in their tiny body. The distance between the eye and the brain is very short, allowing neural signals to transmit faster. They can see, react, and act before you even realize what is happening. The trade-off for superpowers. But even with their own superpowers, every species must make a trade-off. Mantis shrimp and insects can see color and motion incredibly fast, but the image in their minds is not sharp. The compound eye structure makes their world look like a pixelated photo. On the other hand, the eagle, despite being able to see great distances, has a narrow field of view, focusing intensely in one direction, unlike species with wide visual fields. So what about humans? We do not see as far as the eagle, do not distinguish color like the mantis shrimp, and are not as fast as the fly. But the human eye is a perfect balance, sensitive enough to recognize faces, sophisticated enough to read. We can see both day and night, perceiving depth. And remarkably, the human brain has the ability to fill in the blanks, reconstructing images that the eye has not yet gathered enough information for. Vision, the soul's instrument. Because of this, we do not just see, we understand what we are seeing. That is something no other species can do. Professor Thomas Cronin, an animal vision expert, once said, "I do not want to be a mantis shrimp because my brain would only be the size of a pea. Honestly, I am happy with what I have." That quote holds a profound philosophy. There is no perfect eye for everyone. Each species evolved to suit its own life, its own environment, and its own way of survival. The message from the eyes. So the next time you see a fly escape your clap or look up at an eagle circling in the high sky, remember, every gaze is a different way of experiencing the world. In the mantis shrimp's eyes, the ocean is a light show that never ends. In the eagle's eyes, the earth is just a tiny panoramic canvas. And in human eyes, it is the world of questions, curiosity, and the thirst for understanding. Because sometimes sight is not just about seeing, but about understanding just how vast and miraculous this world truly is.